How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. It is Sunday. I feel like my hair is all flowy. How you doing, my people? How's my people doing? You're about to see double. Let me put the topic up. Okay. How's my people doing? Are you guys? My microphone, the thing broke. Like it broke. One of the kids messed with it and broke it. So if we have some audio issues tonight, I apologize. You see, it broke it. It bent. Mm. So we're here. Tonight we're talking about something very interesting that I always thought about, and it's always on my mind. Tonight I'm doing what? Purple lipstick. Poke her up. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. You guys, let me put the topic up really quick. Some housekeeping stuff we gotta do. So let's do it. You're gonna see double. Disregard. Can you hear me? You guys, it's that one person's watching. I'm so sorry I was being quiet. I was trying to get this thing together. But we are here trying to get the banner up, and it looks like banner up. So this is the topic tonight. We're talking about parenting, choosing, making those hard, hard decisions to be mommy or dad. You know, those hard, hard decisions that we need to make for our children. You guys, I'm wearing leggings. Yeah. Oh, I came dressed for yoga. For y'all. Y'all like my hair? A coworker of mine was like, "How did you grow like your hair in no time?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, don't insult me. Don't insult me. What are you trying to say?" Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, show. Welcome, welcome to the show, y'all. We are here live. We are here live from Maryland, the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday. I am hyped because something amazing just happened for me right before this show, you guys. Let me ask you a question. No, with all seriousness, before I even jump into this show, have you ever gotten something on a very all day, like days that is least expected? Well, guess what? That happened to me today. And when I Like a lot of all things that happened to me has always been great. So in a really good mood, upbeat. I'm ready to take on the working week. Let it come, let it come, let it come. I can handle it. Happy Sunday, you guys. We are about to jump into it. Should parents put their careers on hold to raise productive children? Which of the parents should consider doing so? Let's talk about it. We're going to be talking about it tonight, my peoples. We are going to be talking about it tonight. I told you guys. Call all the villager. Tell them your favorite cousin, your niece, your auntie, your cousin, whatever, daughter, sister, brother, whatever I am to you in your own little world. Join me. Oh, we got Anna is joining the conversation tonight. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Is my audio good?
It's perfect, and you look beautiful.
Thank you. It's winking. Thank you. I broke my microphone. Well, not me. One of the kids broke my microphone stuff. So I am actually live with you guys without a microphone tonight, and I hope I don't have a bad audio. But and I just confirmed everything is good. So we are good cheese over here. So let's go ahead and share the show. I am going to pin the link in the comment section. You guys, the wording I couldn't really like type everything in there. So where it said hit the link or something like that. The link will be pinned in the comment section. If you're interested in joining the show, you are more than welcome to come join us. You guys, it's Sunday and my neighbors' kids are rowdy outside. So they're outside in this heat, y'all. How are you guys doing in this heat? It is hot outside. The entire weekend, me and the kids did not go anywhere. I was off this weekend, but I had to do a lot of laundries and house stuff. Hey, so how are you guys coping in this heat? Like, it's hot.
Yeah, it's very hot, but I enjoyed the weekend with the heat because I was by the beach side, so it was nice.
Oh, she was at the beach side. Nice, nice. I can't wait to see some pictures.
Yeah, I'll send them to you. I'll see the thing.
Yeah. How was little lady? Did she have fun?
Yeah, she slept through the entire thing.
I know she doesn't even know what's going on. But trust me, they know. They know when they're in a different environment.
Yeah, when we got there initially, she liked it and then slept off the entire time, so it gave me some time to relax.
That's good. Trust me, those little rests is much, much needed. So I'm just gonna share the show really quickly. I'll be quiet for a little bit. I'll try to get in. But you know, since Anna is here, I know you're a little bit busy in the background, I can tell.
Yeah, I can mute myself, and then when it's
No,
time
it's
to mute,
okay. I was gonna
uh,
say, is that something amazing someone did for you this week, or you did for someone the past week?
um, I kind of donated groceries to one lady. I went to Giant, and then there was a lady with her kids outside, and I gave her some groceries. I felt really bad.
Oh, that is so kind. Oh, thank you for that. You guys, you see, there's amazing stuff happening around the world.
Oh no, it's really sad seeing a mother with two kids like that begging for food.
Yeah,
It
and
really
it's
makes
hot
you
outside
appreciate.
too.
It makes you appreciate the little you have. You know.
Right. And it's really, really hot too. Let's not forget that. It's so hot when I see people like sitting out there. I just feel so bad. So thank you so much. That was kind of you. Wow.
For
Well,
nothing.
for me, I don't think I really did anything amazing for anyone this week. Maybe I unknowingly did it. I think something I would say, um, I always appreciate the lead I have on my job. Like he's really, 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 really helpful. especially in the morning, trying to get things ready. I think having people at work that really is there to look for work, because there's a difference between getting a job and going for work, right? I don't know if you guys know that. We're not gonna jump into that. But people who are looking for work, people who are there to work, they always look for something to do, even if it's not their responsibility. That's what sets you apart in the working world. I haven't done this in a long time. I know when I started the show, I wanted us to be talking about, some productive things that you can do in the workplaces. I'm probably gonna roll that over sometime again, but we'll jump into it, you know. But yeah, I just want to shout him out. I think he really makes my life easy in the morning, especially having to run and get the kids ready, making it to work. Like having someone there to ease things off before you get started with the team is really, really helpful. So I want to say thank you. That's amazing work that he does all the time. I don't think he watched my show. I'm not friends with anybody that work on my job on social media, and that's on purpose. So, so you guys, right now, as we're hashtagging Facebook Live. All right, so we'll say that. You guys, little housekeeping stuff. If you're following this page, you can see. Please, 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 I'm kindly asking you. As you can see, I can only stream live on this page and my YouTube channel. I cannot stream live on the actual podcast page because Facebook has a new rules where you have to have 100 followers before you can go live. On that page, I only have 97. You guys, there's about 4,000, about I have about 4 point something thousand people on this page. I am kindly asking you guys this week. I'm gonna do a little camping video asking you guys, please, please, please. It only takes three more person to like that page for me to be able to stream live on there as well. So I am kindly asking you to please, please don't forget me. Go and like that page. Tell your friend, a friend, a friend to like that page. Follow that page. That is the page that I actually want us to be streaming live on. But we happen to start on here because we had the audience here. But eventually, as time goes on, as we get bigger and we grow, we are going to be using that page as a pin page. It's kind of going to be like a board where everybody can talk about things that was discussed on the show. So please, I'm asking you kindly, kindly, kindly go. If you're not following that page, go and follow it, go like it, share, please, please, so I can be able to stream live next week. Because as of last week, I haven't been able to stream live on that platform because I only have 97. If you are a page that is monetized and things, you might want to reach Facebook new rules that they have because there have been a lot of changes. If you're looking like, what just happened to this? Facebook is changing it. You guys, anything that you start making money out of, it always change because the person that's actually producing the products needs to benefit from it as well. So I'm not mad at the change, but I'm just asking you guys if you enjoy me bringing you these contents every weekend. I would really, really appreciate it if you can go and like that page and follow it as well. With that being said, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. I am your host. We got our panelists joining us. Miss Anna is here in the building. So let me go ahead and share it really quick. Last night was a nice little show. It was just me. We talked about um What did we talk about last night? You guys already forget. Last night we talked about is love enough to keep him or her from cheating? And we also asked what if not, what will? Like what will really keep you from cheating? That's what we talked about last night. And I hope you guys were watching. You guys need to make sure you like and share the video. Share, 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 share. Sharing is caring. So now I'm gonna go ahead and share this live video so that way we can get more people in the building and we can start the topic tonight. We're only gonna be here for 1 hour. Last night I think I was here for an hour or maybe 45 minutes. Something I've learned, if we don't drag on the videos or the recording or the live show, people are more likely to watch it. So I'm really trying to cut back on the time to make it where it's lengthy enough that people really get it and they can actually sit and watch it instead of it being like 2 to 3 hours. I think we jump into that once we have more people on the show. Sometimes that may happen, but I really want to revamp it and make it to exactly an hour. I think an hour is the cut-off line where we need to make sure the show is going for that long. Sometimes I have these intro that I'm talking about which take longer. But let's go ahead, share it. And I've already pinned the oh what did I just do? Did I share it again on my page? What in the world? So I'm gonna share it to groups and people to join me. Separately. So now we're going to share it to groups and then we're going to jump right into it. So now we're talking about if parents should put a career on hold to raise their children. Like if they're doing that, which one of the parents is going to be choosing to do that? We already know what ended up happening, but we're going to get into that. So let's go ahead and share the show. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Oh Lord. So today I baked my kids' favorite thing for Sunday. It's kind of been a family ritual now the past few weeks. Like every Sunday, I will bake us cornbread, and I got a recipe from my dear sister, um, Sis Tenen. But then I've actually add my own little secret to it to make it taste a little bit different, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So today I baked some nice cornbread. It was delish. My kids tore that thing up. I still kept some because they like it for breakfast. So I kept some, but they tore that thing up like in a blink. It was like my daughter was like, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, can I have more, mommy?" Like, oh my goodness. She ate that thing and now she is snoring somewhere, dreamland. She went to bed like what, 7? 6:45, 7. She was tired. She was tired. Yeah. Tired, 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 tired. She's like, Mommy, Mommy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mommy. As we are sharing the show, inviting others to come on while we share.
We can no longer hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to play a little background music while I share the show, but I'm gonna just wait. So I don't want people to be like, "What's she doing? Her head is down." Ooh, hi, you guys. I'm about to do. I don't know who will want to join me. So I'm about to do a fruit and vegetable um diet for a month. For a month, starting July 1st. So I'm just trying to take it home because I've been eating really bad lately. So I am about to do fruits and veggies only. No other carbs, you guys. If you want to join, I'm gonna post it on here. You can join me to be on that quest so we can see 30 days. I am trying to lose about 20 pounds.
You want to disappear.
I was waiting for you to say something.
You're already small. Why do you need to lose that much weight?
No, because I want to start working out again. I want to start tuning up so I can build some more muscle mass. So right now, I'm not that skinny. You see my arms? Arms
I
are
think you're
growing.
skinny though, but
Huh?
I said I think you're skinny, but
You think I'm skinny?
yeah, but I mean, and you're a
No.
mom. You're not big. You're still a size small and a medium, aren't you? When you get
Not
to
you.
extra large, like some of us, eh?
Fruits and vegetables. Yes, I know. I'm trying to tune up for vacation. I want to wear my bikini. You hear me?
Yeah, that's nice. I wore my
Yeah.
bikini this weekend, and I was still looking.
Huh?
I wore my bikini this weekend in my rolls, but I still felt good.
You cannot join me, please. I don't want you to join this quest. You cannot join this. You are officially not allowed to join it.
I know. I will, but soon, not now. Mm,
Yeah, you cannot, please. Baby girl need all the goodies. You
yeah,
saw how Riley was fat?
yeah.
Girl, I
That's a
ate a
big
lot of
girl.
stuff. Huh?
She's a big girl. She was really chubby.
She was. I didn't realize how big she was until I started looking at her recent pictures. And I was like, wow, Riley, you were
Mhm.
big. Your jaw was like hanging.
Yeah, now she's tall.
Yeah, big girl. Somebody was like, is she two going to three? I said, no. That girl ain't even hit two yet.
Yeah.
But man, she can talk. Mm,
Yeah, she's a big girl. Big girl.
she can talk and she will talk your life out.
Yeah.
She will talk your life out. We got one person. Let me share. We're sharing. Tonight we are talking about it. I kind of like how this thing is sitting tonight. I think I did a good job setting it up tonight. All right, man. There's so many groups to share this in. It's ridiculous. That's why. Okay, I got 5 minutes. Let me focus. Stay focused, Felicia. Focus, focus, focus. 2, 3, 4, 5 traits. All right, we gotta share. So, what are our plan? Do you have any plans for the holidays coming up, you guys? So, there was a topic I was actually going to talk about, but I think I'm gonna keep that um to talk about that on another day. So, I saw a picture floating around social media where, oh my gosh, I'm even like, I don't even feel like I should talk about it, but it's worth talking about to see what people's thoughts are on that. A pastor, he publicly shared his sexuality like preference, and he introduced the partner to the church. That's wild. That was wild. When I saw that, I was like, I almost passed out. It's like, whoa, what is going on? So it's just kind of like, I don't even know. I'm gonna come up with a topic on that one. I just thought that was I was out of words. I don't even know where I'm stop right here. You guys, I'm still sharing. If you're watching, please share with us where you're watching from. Welcome to the show. Tonight we're talking about parenting in a different shape or form, right? Should parents put their careers on hold to raise productive children? As we see, there's so much going on, and everybody's trying to chase a career and get this. But then when you sit and think about it, like, is it really worth it? Like, when do one parents decide, like, okay, no, we both cannot, or should we both? Like, who get to decide on that? That's what we want to jump into tonight. So, you guys, I'm almost done. We are right about on schedule at 9 o'clock exactly. Let me set it to the last few groups left, and then we will be out of sharing zone. And then we will be able to share. There's one person watching. You guys, I don't know. River says pro. I hope all is well with the thing. I don't know. Something was on my mind to reach out to you to see how you're doing. I actually have not seen you online at all. I pray all is well with you and your family and everybody else who's been on the show. Hope you guys are all doing well. Haven't seen you guys. It's a little sad, but all right. So we are right at the hours, and I'm done sharing, guys. Sharing. Let me pin this to top of the page so that we can get this party started. All right, we are going to start in a few seconds. So we have the link pinned in the comment section. There's one person watching. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss P. My name is Felicia. I am your host. We are here talking about parenting. Should parents put their career on hold to raise productive children? Huh, that's a good one, right? If so, which of the parents should consider doing so? Welcome to the show. All right, so first let's get started. Do I think parents should put a career on hold? Um, it depends on the type of, in my opinion, it depends. I don't think, because if you have a career and that is what providing for the family, it's a tough one. I don't think you should, but I think it should be a discussion because why do we want to put our career on hold? Because it also depends on how um, the family is structured. Uh, who makes the most? Um, I really, I'm trying to not get on this slippery slope where I'm like, yeah, you should, but then majority of the time I want to see where this is going. So most of this is I'm just trying to look at equality, where society make it seems like men and women have equal rights and they're treated equally, but we still do know we're still leaning towards um the traditional way of doing things, because when you look at women, I think women naturally were built to have a soft life. You guys, I'm starting to yarn again. This is crazy. I always yarn when I sit here. You know, women are built to have soft lives, but we also feel like we have something to prove to the world. So we want to be treated equally and have equal opportunity. But at the same time, you hear a lot, like I told you guys yesterday and many times on here, I love to watch these dating shows because it really gets you to to tap into what is really happening in the world when it comes to people perspective on relationship and needs and wants, what it is the purpose relationship is, to this modern culture that we live in. So that's why I like to watch these dating shows. But when you watch them, there are a few things that I start to notice across the board for most contestants. The women wants a man that's hardworking and making good money, and they look good as well. And I remember watching, if you watch me enough for a long time now, you know that I'm very fond of the late Kevin Samuels and his philosophy and how he thinks about how human in general women are being portrayed in society. So my idea will mostly lean towards his way of idea. His will rest in peace. But I say this because I remember watching one of his episodes, and he had made a statement that women want these men that looks beautiful and handsome and good to look at. And excuse me for this analogy, good and bad, and know how to. And he specifically talks about black women, the black women who we always complain if a man is not good in bed, if he's not good enough for you, and that's when all the complaints starts. But I say this to get to this point where um he made this point where he said women should not be focused on what a man look like, you know. You're It's not about, oh, does he look like this? He's not supposed to be beautiful. He's not supposed to be like, if he comes that way, that's fine, but he's not. You're the one who's supposed to look beautiful, pretty, and he is supposed to do domestic work. Not domestic work. He is supposed to do those hardcore work where he will be
You're sounding very low.
very low. I am. Can you hear
Yeah,
me? Maybe I should talk
yeah,
closer. How about
yeah. You're good now.
Yeah, my microphone is messed. I have to get a new adapter for it because the kids broke it. So that's why you guys can't hear me. I don't have the microphone. But yeah, when Kevin Samuel says that, he said a woman is supposed to be the one be pretty, and this you're supposed to get a man that's hardworking and knows exactly what it is he's doing and is ready to support the family. With that being said, going to this topic where should parents put their career on hold to raise their children, majority of the time, like I was saying, in these dating shows that I always watch, their clips and stuff like that, the women is always talking about, I will make sure I take care of the home, take care of the kids, take care of, so it's kind of like, are we still living in traditional way of marriage and raising children? Or, oh, Peter Sane is here. Hello.
Hi,
How
hi,
are you?
I'm great. Yes,
Welcome to the show. Anna,
uh,
I don't know what happened. You got kicked up. Hello?
yes. Sorry, I'm not going to be displayed because I call it. I'm driving from somewhere.
No worries.
Yeah,
Are
so
you sure you want to be on while driving? You okay?
no, I mean that's why I'm not. I can be on. It's not bad. I'm
Okay.
listening to you guys, and maybe if input is there, we can make it. If,
Okay.
if
All
it is
right.
not disturbing, if my driving is not disturbing, then I
No,
can.
no, no. It's fine. I just wanted to know you're safe.
Of course, I am. I am.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure.
Okay, man.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so we're talking about should parents put their career on hold to raise productive children? Um, which one of the parents should consider doing so? I was just talking about how in modern society, we're all women are, ideally, traditionally, the women were always the one, taking, it's always already assumed, everybody knows the role already. But in modern society, everybody wants this relationship or this type of family dynamic where everybody is still working and juggling life, but then at the same time, we end up finding out that women are most of the one, majority of the time, staying with the children, right? So it just brings me back where I wanted to talk about this to see where everybody minds are, are we really in modern society where how do people get to determine that? Like, why, how do we jump into that? Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, sure. Like you said, the world we live in now,
Mhm.
it is not, it's not like before, where
Right.
women would be the only uh, persons or person to raise the children. This is why in the Western world you see that the fathers as well play their role. Traditionally, our women have been doing everything. Where if you get your children PTA meeting, they go in for this, that. Uh, the mothers will be the only people to show that consent to the children.
Right.
So it is important that if the father also show equal, you know, time to raise the children. That is why you have, like with what we do here, we have time. You need to create that time to be able to provide to helping the kids growing. So it is not only about the women because the father play major role. The father
Right.
plays major role. Like we talked about it the last time, right? Where
Mhm.
when the child, when there is something happening, the mother will always say, "The father come here," and then the child will be like running away, or
Yeah.
the child will cease to do what they were doing. They know intentionally what they are doing is wrong, but because they are used to the mother to that extent, and they don't take a word sometimes to be serious. But by the time they talk about the father coming, you will see them changing, try to come in, position themselves quick, so the father can come. So attention from the father will help to grow the children.
Right. So then how do we decide on that though? Because let's just say, for example, right? Let's
Mhm.
say a couple is here, one is a doctor, one is a nurse, right?
Yep.
And both are working. We all know those schedule can be very, very, very long. It's a long hours. Well, I guess depend on the type of doctors you are, you might be on call, right?
Right.
How do we how do how do you think parents determine who stays home? Because I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the woman always end up assuming the role of staying home to raise the children. That's what I was trying to understand. Do you think, like, can the father too make that sacrifice as well?
Yes, sure. The father needs to. This is what we're saying. The time. Look, everybody who controls the home must be able to set a time to take care of that home.
Right.
You have your wife, and it would be very, very good that you have your wife, you and your wife home need to sit and know each other working hours or working time. What time you go to work and what time you off. And myself as well. And then we be able to come up with the schedule. Okay, so I work in the day and you work in the night. Or I work 6 hour and I'll be able to be home and I will take care of the kids. That is it. Because if you don't do that, in fact, for me, I don't believe just taking your children to to another person to stay with them for maybe the next 12 hours while both of you guys are working. You know why?
Right.
That person will be indoctrinating their idea, not yours. Okay? The person gonna
Yeah.
train the child the way they feel life is good. They understand to train the your child. Why you thinking about different thing? The person is doing different thing. I'm not talking about school. If the child reach the age of school, that's a different thing altogether. But you can say, well, a babysitter and all of these things. Yeah, babysitters are good, but when the child is like to that level where they are trying to emulate people, they are trying to watch out for example that can follow. It's better that the parent pay that attention to their child or their children so that they can come up with their own idea that is best for their family instead of that much babysitting. Babysitting is good, but it's not perfect.
Right. And I have my experience with babysitting. So my son, when he was born, we came up with a plan where I ended up working home up until he was 3 years old.
Right.
Before he started, like, it's a kinder care, but it's more like a daycare. They still do like
Mhm.
curriculum and things like that. But at that point, like, my daughter was probably about six, no, she was like about 9 months old when we decided we needed to put her in a kinder care, because me being home was really, like, I was just tired with that, like,
Mhm.
just working from home. It's a lot, because then too I will have to work overnight as well, because the kids are home. You can't really leave them. You be working. It doesn't really work hand in hand, like working from home and taking care of kids at the same time. Like, something's not gonna leave. You're gonna be on balance because you pay more attention to the kids instead of you being productive, right?
Yep.
So when my schedule had changed and I was still off on weekends, but then our schedule kind of clashed with this new schedule that I had. Things really ended up working out. So we tried a babysitter for, like, it was not even like a week, like those days that I needed to work late, and that they were not in daycare. And I will tell you, that was absolutely the wrong and worst decision we ever made, because um, I remember that Sunday I came from work. Like, I was supposed to get off at an earlier time, right? And instead, like, at a later time, I'm sorry, I was supposed to get off at a later time, but I don't know, something just told me to get off, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave for the day. So I head there to go pick up the kids, and when I got to the door, and to be honest, my daughter, I don't think both of my kids didn't really cry a lot, unless like they're tired or hungry or something. Like, just a kid to just be crying, they're not that type of kids.
Mhm.
So, but I know, like, yeah, people say, when they're not used to people, they will cry. But my daughter is, if you told me my son, I would say, yeah, he would be that. But she's really friendly. Like, she will hang around anybody and just be fine. So when I got to the door, I kept hearing her crying, like screaming, like I've never heard her cry before.
Wow.
So, like, I was really concerned, and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm knocking on the door. The lady's not answering, and she's not opening the door. So I was like, at this point, like, I'm just hitting the door really hard. Um, and then, like, nobody's still responding. So something just told me, push the door open. So when I pushed the door open, it wasn't locked, but I didn't want to just walk into her house. So when I walked in, I literally, what my eyes saw was just unbelievable. I was pissed. Like, oh, I, it took God in me to not call the police on this lady. It took God in me to be really honest with you, because I'm like, you know what? She probably is undocumented, and she's doing this undercover, and Like, let me just take my kids and leave, you know. But she was spanking my child. Excuse me. Like, she's saying that the girl doesn't want to listen or walk, and I'm like, she's changing her and have her like bend and just whooping her.
Oh,
And I'm just like, this child is 1 years old. What did she do so much? I mean, I was, ooh, I can still think about this to this day. I was angry. I mean, like, I was enraged. Excuse me. I was so upset. I can't even tell you or imagine like what I would have done to her. But oh man, probably need to get some water. But I was so angry. She saw me. She was so scared, and
yeah.
she stopped. She was like, "Oh, And I just told her, I said, please don't talk to me. Just give me their bags. Let me leave because
Mm,
I don't want to do something that I'm later on gonna sit and regret. I don't even want to say a word to you."
mm,
But I did tell her, I said, if I take my child home and I check her and something is wrong with her, you're gonna be hearing from me.
mm.
And I left. When I told my husband, oh, he was pissed. He was pissed. He's like, what did you end up doing? He's like, you should have taken something and hit her with. I said, no, that's an assault.
Mm.
But I say that because, and this is why somebody told me, oh, you can just find someone to watch the children. No,
Oh,
I
no.
do not mind spending all my last money in the entire world just for them to be somewhere that they're safe in a kinder care. But that was an aftercare where I really needed it, and we ended up saying no. We got to figure something else out. They are not going back there. At the daycare, there's like camera and things. Is a
Right,
kinder care Head
right.
Start Learning Center. So there's camera and things, and people are licensed through the states. So that even though I'm concerned with it, but I'm a little bit at peace because I know if something happened to my child, I'm coming for you and you're gonna
Yeah,
be out of business. So, but
yeah,
taking kids to like somebody home, like I cringe on that. I did not want to do that. We didn't, but it was like a last minute where we really, and the kids didn't even stay long there. Like my husband dropped them at 11 and I picked them up at 3 o'clock.
wow.
So, and she was charging us what she told me some price like for both of the kids. She was like, "Oh, just give me like $20." And I'm like, $20 to watch kids? What? No, I can't give you that amount. I was trying to be like realistic and fair, because I'm like, if you're gonna be watching two kids, I know how the amount of time and effort it takes
Yep.
to take care of children. If I'm giving you $20, do you know how you're gonna treat my kids?
Mm,
I told her, I was like, no, who's paying you that? Like, that's not the price for that. And I thought I was doing her a favor by giving her the actual price for this what people actually charge. And she still took advantage and treated my kids that way. I was so mad, and I brought this lady so many things and things that she could use later on, for her care to take care of the kids, and kept
yes.
everything there and let her keep it. And seeing her beating my 1 year old, I was so upset. So definitely, and I get it. Nobody can take care of your kids like your own. But sorry, I took so long with that story. But I was so upset. I was,
Oh,
I am still upset about that. Um, where when I see and I was just like, maybe I should have said something to someone so other people don't bring their kids there. Who knows what she does to these children? And but long story short, the kids never went there again. We figure out the means where either one of us are available to take care of our kids. But
sure.
I have never ever wanted to do that. I've always tried. We pay a lot. for childcare, but it's worth it. And like if you complain about something, they know you're watching your kids and things are going on. They're learning a lot. My daughter, I feel like she's way above her age for things
Mhm.
she knows. And my son, he was home by himself. He didn't know any kids. It was COVID, and this have really like boost his social life and things like that. So I don't think you can put any amount of money on raising children,
Right,
but
right.
if two people are chasing their career and one person suggests and say, let's just say one person suggests and say, what if the parents should stay home? How do you think people should come up with that? Anna, you've been really quiet.
You guys have been talking, so I thought
I
maybe
know,
you
I
would
know.
prompt me when to talk.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry. Go
no, it's
ahead.
okay. I think that parenting does shouldn't really matter who who should be the one to stay home. I think it's up to the parents, and also the person that's more nurturing. There should be one stern person, one person that's more lenient, so that there's some type of balance. But I think it should be up to the parents. Yes, the most nurturing parent should be the one that should at least stay home and care for the kids, so that raise them so that when they start school they have that foundation. Secondly, I think that, oh, 1 second, baby, I'll take you out. Give me a second, please. I didn't ask you to be there. Call your sister to help, please. um I'm gonna have to move. 1 second.
It's okay.
All right, I was
That's
saying that.
mom's life.
Good job. So the second thing I wanted to say was, um not only should the nurturing person stay home, but it also depends on who will be able to financially provide for the house, right? So
Right, I was
it's
about to
more
say
wise
that.
for the family to for the husband who or the wife who makes more to stay home, and then the family starts struggling. I think whoever makes less and can provide for the and the person that provides for the family can go to work. Stop, stop. Yeah, so that's the second thing, the financial aspect of things. See, you woke this baby up. Go and sit down. Go
So,
sit down.
to play a little, I don't know if this is devil's advocate, but to play a little, so men will say, women, because I know we had a show once on here where it was frowned upon for men to be home, taking care of the home, like being a house husband.
House husband. Yeah, I remember that time
So,
that we talked about it, but I thought we
right,
agreed that the men can also have something doing for themselves, so that they can be able to feel competent enough as husbands or head of the households. They can have a weekend job or have like overnight jobs where they can still provide for their family but also be part of the kids' lives. So
right,
yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily feasible for a family or the breadwinner to stay home and take care of the kids when the wife is not making enough, or vice versa. So I think that the finances have to also play a big part, because of course you guys want your bills to be paid, you want a few things to be done, but if you're not making enough, you cannot do that.
right,
So I think that whoever can make the most, or whoever is more physically capable of making more money, should be the one to go out, and then the person that can make enough can stay home. But again, it's up to the family. I also think about nurturing parents that have there's a research that I was reading up the other day,
hmm,
that most parents that are nurturers, which of course sometimes is the moms, most of the times is the moms that are nurturing um, parents. Um, they have a higher chance of raising a child that has a better temperament and can teach the kids a lot before they're ready to go to school. So if I were to choose who should be the one to stay home and take care of the kids or raise the kids, I would say the mom, because women are more nurturing than men, but then the men can work harder and provide more financially. Now, the third aspect of who should stay home, I think there should be something we call communication. You guys, it
Right.
should be a mutual thing, and the frequency on who should work should be discussed between the parents. That's my take on it.
Thank you for that. I was just gonna say, so don't you think that put a little, so women in general is like we want to be treated equally with men, right? And we want equal right. We want to have a say in everything. But with that study and everything that's going on, wouldn't you say like traditional marriage setup and gender role was there
Yeah.
in place for a reason?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
as we're shifting, hmm
yeah, but gender roles back then made a lot of women door doormats, like they didn't have a voice. Nowadays women have that choice to either work or stay home, and that's why I think communication is very important, because if you guys don't talk about it and one person imposes it on the other, it can cause the other person to be depressed. Sitting home watching kids all day is not the easiest thing you
oh
know
yeah, trust
yeah,
me,
so
I've
you have to,
experienced that.
it has to be something that the person wants to do, so they don't you don't take away that independence from them. So it
Right.
should be something that should be discussed.
Okay, so basically you're saying that the reason it kind of didn't sound right is because the choice was not on the women. But now in modern
Yeah,
society, we
women didn't
have
have
the
a say.
choice.
They didn't have a say as to whether
Okay.
or not they should
Okay.
stay home or go to work. It was completely taken away from them.
So,
Now
okay.
the modern society allows for women to decide whether they want to work. And then sometimes when they go work and then they realize that, man, it's too much to be a parent and work at the same time, they now decide to step back and be the ones to raise the kids. So
Just a little, do you think that's why most women, when they're trying to select a partner, they're looking at a male figure that make a little bit more than them, like the income is a little higher than them? Do you think that's part of that?
I
That's
think it's
like
part
kind
of
of affecting
preference.
them?
I think it's part of preference.
You
People
think
choose
so?
people
Or you don't
choose
think
who they
people are
want
thinking
based
of?
on their attraction. But most women, I won't speak for most women because I don't know, but I know that women become have partners based on what is attracting to them. Like some women are more attracted to money, right? They like men that have a lot of money. But again, does
What are
that
they gonna
money
do with the
bring you
money?
happiness? So again, everyone has their preference. But I don't know if majority of women go for money. I wouldn't know that. I don't have enough research to say.
No, I'm just saying, like, because I'm only asking this based on like clips I've seen on these dating things that are passing around on social media, right? You see women are asking for men that make certain amount of, income bracket. Like, they'll say they need a man that makes six figures, they need this. I don't know if they're calculating like their livelihood if a child get involved and things like that, like the lifestyle they're trying to live. Because I feel like all of that impact the decisions of who's gonna stay home. Because if I am somebody who is a career, I've worked really hard to earn where I'm at my career level, and now like I'm in a marriage where, I'm just giving you guys an example, right? Like I'm in a marriage where I really want to still pursue that, but then I also want to balance my household. And I feel like no, I shouldn't have to leave, even though I don't make much. Let's just put it that way. Let's just say I don't make much, but my husband does. But I'm like, no, why should I have to give up on my career that I've built and pushed myself to get to accomplish to this point, and now I'm gonna set myself back? Don't you think like, yeah, I know it's based on couples and individual, but it's kind of like it just make me think like why would a woman want a man that make more than her if ideally she does not want to, like stay home or still chase her career. But I feel like women are asking that because no, they know that traditionally their roles are still there as a woman, and they still have to fulfill those details in their home, those duties, I mean, in their home, and still be able to live this lifestyle that they want to. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it could be both. I think that women would want a man that has um more money or makes more money for security. Like, if things went hit rock bottom, that person, they can depend on him. He can still fend for the family and they'll still have that security.
Right. So we have one gentleman on the show, Peterson. So I mean, I don't know if you can share with us, like, if women, I feel like some women are very unrealistic about a lot of things that they want and they can't offer it back. But if a woman wants to say, I want a man that make this amount, would that be something like, let's just say you and your wife are together and she's like, I've worked really hard to earn my degree and I don't want to stay home to take care of the kids, but I don't make much. What do you say to that? Like,
Okay, so like I will always say, uh,
uh-huh.
it's a good thing to
Yeah.
it's a good thing to have both parents discuss, because I'm a call. Yes, I will soon give you the remote. Okay, so the good thing to do here is to discuss that. Oh my God.
Okay, it's
I'm
Sunday
sorry.
evening.
Yeah. So the good thing to do is discuss this with your partner. Like Anna said, it's important. But I believe our discussion tonight is about two equal career. Let's say two career
Yes,
persons who want to pursue their career. What
yeah,
is the best idea that we think it could be, for both of them to sit and discuss about it? How can they go about it? So I feel that it's important that a woman should not say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to sit home and let the man be
right.
working."
Okay,
To me, it's not a good suggestion. The good suggestion is practically know your schedule of work and be able to share that. Like one of the best thing, you were doing, you work home. Okay, you work home and you will be able to watch over your kids,
right.
and your husband will have time from work, come rest while you take care of your kids. Your wife go and pursue her career. The reason for which she went to school and acquire a certain career is for her to practice what she have achieved. It's also good if a woman, to say she does not have that career that will bring in good money. It's also good that yes, she watch over the kids and you work. It's also good, but ideally, both parents need to go out there and experience the work environment, be able to cater,
Yeah,
be able to plan for their children, and bring in some resources for their children's future and their own family future. I think that would be a very good one.
yeah,
More women, look for, I can say, look for a guy that have resources. And to me, I feel that when there is no love and you feel that, you know what, I need to achieve one or two things quickly in life, you make those decision. But a true love does not go for how much you have in your pocket before the woman married you. So
right.
yes, that's a preference, like she said, is true. You could say, no, my life, I want to be with a rich guy. I don't know how the guy managed to be rich that you want to be with rich guy. But again, people make that choice to go after rich people. but it's ideal to be with somebody who you truly love and build your family together.
Right. I don't know. I just so you're saying one of the parents should be do so based on the topic you're saying someone they should work at their schedule instead of someone trying to put their career on hold. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
exactly. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. They need to work on their schedule,
Okay.
be able to
So
choose time and plan their schedule. That will
yeah,
help.
because
That will help.
yeah, a lot of children I feel like are being raised like by the phone, and especially in our community, I don't know, like everybody has different things they're working on, and you know, someone was saying, no, I saw, so I saw this lady once at the grocery store, and she was saying something to someone. She said, yeah, my husband, he work, he pay all the bills, but for me, I get my little part-time job. I work, but I get my little part-time job and I do it just to put money aside somewhere. And I'm just thinking like, but she was like, she has five children, and the oldest one stay with them. And I said, I mean, that's okay, for some time. But she says she's been doing it for as long as who knows when. And I'm like, you can do that temporarily, but I I don't know. Are you raising them or are you just having them? Like because I feel like when you're raising something, you have to make some time and effort to be available and be there. Like not just in passing. Like you need to be physically available, not just like working 5 to 10 jobs. And hey, I'm not throwing shades at anybody who do that. And but I feel like there are some values that parents in general are missing. So I give you guys an example. There's a lady that came to my job. She came to help, right? And she came from one of our other clinics to help. And she has one child. And the child, I mean, I hate to judge people, but I just feel like so she told us why she couldn't work certain shift where I'm stuck with doing it, right? And she leaves around the shifts is supposed to end by like 4 or 5 o'clock, right?
Okay.
But she will come in later than I will get there. She's supposed to be one of the manager from another site that's helping because we're really short of staff and I've been stuck doing everything. So when she got in, she's like expecting me to tell her what to do. I'm like, you're a manager somewhere else. I'm a manager here. It's the same hospital. Like, you should know what to do, right? But anyway, I say this because she has one child and she used that child as an excuse why she cannot stay longer. But there are a few days she will come in and at 2 o'clock she will say she gotta leave because she has a date. And I'm like, so it's none of my business, right, to ask you why you're leaving early because the director brought you there. But it's kind of like if you're gonna bring clothes and you're changing at work in the office and trying to go on a date and all of that, like, are you really risking it? And then we happen to jump into a conversation where she's like, yeah, my son, majority of the time he's with the grandparents, but I'm raising it, and I was just kind of confused. Like, how are you raising a child that's only with you 1 or 2 days out of the week? Again, I guess I'm judging, but I just feel like it's the same with parents who are absent. It's kind of like the same if you're not there for homework, you're not there to actually see them go to school, you're not there to see them go to bed. At least one parent should be there for that. You know, if that's not happening, I don't know. I feel like then someone needs to choose to stay home, and someone needs to work harder and more to support the family. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you think.
Well, this lecture is much more the women. In
Yeah.
my For me, like women do better. Like Hannah said, women do better when they taking care of children. Men, on a general note, we don't have the
Yes.
patience to really, take care of kids. But again, to father your kids is important. Your presence is important. So it is. It should not. I strongly feel that it should not be. Look, my wife should be the person who would do that. If condition, arouse, and then your wife, you'll find yourself in such a condition that your wife will be the one doing that. It's okay. It's good. But if your wife is a professional person and as well as yourself, the best thing to do is equally have a time, and that you will be able to give her the opportunity to exercise her professional, career. It's
Right.
very important. If you the man, it will cost you to like adjust the time. Adjust the time. And she herself, she can adjust the time as well. Better stay. Uh, Enterprise your career and become a entrepreneur. Since indeed you find it that way, your wife can be doing something meaningful like business. You guys are, she can take care of the business. For example, if she's a professional nurse, you can have your home, your care home, uh, and then she becomes a manager, and she will be there. Her kids, she will be able to take care of her kids, and as well you will be going to work, coming whatever time you can come, but it's important to father your children as well.
Right. So what if a man said, if I decided to be home now, society tells me I'm a lazy man.
No,
I'm feeding off
that
of
is
her.
completely outside of our discussion. I'm not saying that for me,
Yeah.
I'm not saying a man should sit home. No, I'm
Okay.
saying create a time. There should be a time that you father your children. There should
I
be a time. Like for example, if I work from like 2 hours a week, I should not take additional hour on Saturday and Sunday.
right, right.
I should be able to have that time and stay with my kids.
But
That
as
is
we
what I'm
have it,
speaking about.
yeah, I agree with you. No, I was just saying something, like
Mm-hmm.
just to say it. But as some people would say, like in most homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna focus on like our African slash Liberian community, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
say, well, I need to do my overtime because I need to, take care of my family back home. And then the woman too said, well, I need to do my own overtime because I'm just saying, right?
Sure, sure.
And
You
like it gets where it's like, okay, you're doing overtime, and it's that figuring out, okay, we have to find a visitor,
want to watch a movie?
you know, and
Mm-hmm.
every children survive. She will be
Yeah.
fine, you know? And it's like I feel like people are not purposely having children these days. I think people are just having children because they feel like they're married and that's what you do. But I feel like yeah, that's something you do because you're married or you're in a relationship, but you really need to think about the children, like their well-being, and it's part of taking care of them. Like they need to have some type of structure, some type of, like routine. And I feel like in our community, we don't understand what that means. Like to set routine for kids, like where they know. at certain time this is what's happening and what we're doing. And yeah, life is different, things are gonna go back and forth, but at the certain age they really need that, because that make them to understand the world around them and how to function with it. And even though some of us we didn't have a routine, we turned out okay in our opinion. But it happens a lot where people are like just doing, for this morning when I woke up I saw something on the news, not on the local news, but like I have this app that gives me like local news that comes on that are not shared on the radio, on the TV and things like that. So there was a baby that was choked on a watermelon because one of they were at a daycare, and not even a daycare, a babysitter, and the baby choked on a watermelon. The baby ended up passing.
Hmm.
And I woke up. That was like the news that popped up on my phone this morning. When I woke up, I'm like, what a nightmare! Like, what a nightmare! Like, that's crazy. On a watermelon. Like, where were whoever was taking care of the kids? Where were they? Like, how do you give a 1 year watermelon or anything that you're not around? Like we, I feel like we take things for granted a lot these days because the the survival of children are so high these days that we're just like, oh, that would be fine. They got it. But a kid at that age, when they're eating, you need to be there. You have to make sure they're properly swallowing because they're still trying to figure out how to take food down. They just came from a liquid and now they're eating solid. So you have to make sure things are cut out properly. But if in this situation it's kind of sad, but then you start thinking like mom and dad start thinking if we were there, like probably would pay extra attention to our child. But then again, you have to keep roof over the kid's head. So how can you navigate that? And I think Peterson, you give a really good, and I think that's what most people are doing in the Western world. Like most foreign people, they try to work their schedule out. But then let's not forget the huge part of this where there's a single mom, right? And she can't do that. But for the purpose of the show, we're focused on like parents, couples in general, or even if you're a single mom and the dad, this is where I don't think people should be upset with the other parents. This is where you put your personal, individual pride and things aside. And even if you don't live in the same house, you can still create this type of schedule that really work hand in hand. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, you know what? The issue of single parent, I think
Mm-hmm.
we touched it a little bit the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Single parent, there should be everything possible you work on to straighten your relationship so you both can bring up your children. You know
Right.
what? You will not as a single parent, maybe you're getting benefit at the detriment of another person's mistake.
Right.
Um, it is not a good thing that you feel that you're getting little thing for that, and then you refuse to straighten up your differences and bring up your children, because the future of your children is what you as a parent could be your paramount concern.
Right.
If you feel you get 1 or 2 cents from Peterson, for example, and then for that reason you don't want Peterson to see his daughter or see his son, you may take that money today, but the future of the child, you the
Mm-hmm.
mother, you bear greater frustration if the child goes wrong as compared
Right.
to father. I'm not saying, I'm not, no disrespect to the father that they don't love their children, but when it reach certain stage, the mother suffer a lot,
I
and the
agree.
father will just be going. So the best thing you do, straighten up your differences and make sure that the father has something. Even if the father is useless, like different thing, the father the child may have some uncles. The child may have some. I mean, the man has some relative that
Right.
that could be there to see the best come out of his children if he is nowhere and he cannot be reached at all. So that would be a good thing as compared to just sitting getting money and forget about the future of your kids, because that money is just the money you're going to get today, but the future of your children is what matter. So it's
I agree.
important. It's important to do that.
I agree.
That would be so great. If you can do that, that would be good. Anybody who falls in the category of single parent, you can just take that message. Your children's future is what all the money that you think the man is paying, the man could be paying that money because he wants to, or let's say the authority want the future of the children to be better. It is not because it is a business, or
Right.
it's not because you try to enterprise yourself and get kids maybe from two, three persons, and they be equally sending in something, and then you choose not to work and something like that. Uh, it's not a good thing. I think the future of your children better. They matter a lot.
Go and bring the other orange. All
Yeah.
right. I think I would like to just join in a little bit and say something.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I I'm kind of indifferent when it comes to the whole single mother situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I do
In what
think that
aspect? What do you mean?
I mean what I mean is sometimes I think that if someone is in a relationship where it was toxic,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not that person was a parent, I don't think that I would like my child to have an alone time with their father if he was a toxic person. Are you please stop?
What do you mean toxic though? Because I
Like
feel like it's a
like
shared responsibility.
let's say for example my ex-husband or whatever was a drug dealer, right?
You call that
And
toxic?
huh?
You call that toxic?
Yeah, it's a toxic trait. Stop.
Somebody who's a drug dealer,
You guys
that's a
get out.
toxic?
Go. Yeah, like if let's say for example
Anna can
you
complete his, I mean, her thought, then maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah like if I have a spouse that is a drug dealer or like has a job or does some things that are not good, like for example like smoking weed, those kinds of situation, and I have kids, right? If we decide to go our separate ways, I would be very uncomfortable letting my child go to his house by
He's still a
themselves and stay
parent.
there by themselves and hang out with him. Because again, I cannot control what is happening with my kids in his absence. So if we want to co-parent, it has to be, you come and take the kid, go somewhere, like maybe to go to maybe McDonald's or like a mutual place where I know my kid will not be involved in any kind of unsafe activities. You understand? So I understand that you guys are talking about co-parenting. Yes, co co-parenting is good, but it's not. I wouldn't want my child going to spend a, a day overnight with their parent in the name of the co-parenting. We're taking some time to split the responsibilities. I would not want my child exposed to that.
I mean, and you're absolutely right. You have every right to that. But also, that is no matter even if they're a drug dealer, and I agree with you, right? Each parents want what's best for their kids, right? But you also have to remember that's their parent as well. And you alone cannot decide on that. That's why that has to be decided in court, and there
So
would be some type of legal
so would
regulation
you
on the other parent's side.
so I get that we're both of us it's up to the it's up to both of us decision, but you know that when someone is on any kind of drug, they're not themselves, right? So
I
they're not
agree.
in their right senses. They're doing it. The drug is what is taking over their mindset and everything around them.
So
So
I would say you're talking more about someone who's addicted to substance, right? Because when you said toxic, because I feel like,
Toxic. When
uh-huh,
I talk about toxic, I'm talking about the drugs, the addiction, ab- um, any
abusive.
kind of situation that is not a right. Because children learn based off of what they see. If a child is aware of what his or her parents do for a living, there's a possibility that child will think it's okay and possibly start doing those things or engaging in those things because their parent is their role model. Let's say, for example, a boy may see his father as his role model. His father has money from doing drugs and all the like, right? When the kids see those things, they think it's okay, even though we all know that those kinds of activities are illegal. Mr. Peterson, I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, 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 you're making
So
sense. I'm just
Because
playing devil's
there's
advocate.
no way, your children won't like. I was talking to a 60, I think he's like 65-year-old man the other day, and I asked him, how did you get your kids to be so behaved, right? Or be well behaved? He just said, honestly, it's God. Because it's not like I do anything bad or anything, but I have friends that are good people, but their kids turned out really bad. Their kids kid here, he mentioned that kids learn a lot from observation. They see things, they behave based off of what they see, but also the main thing is that God, like prayers work miracles, he said because children can see what you do but still choose. They have a heart of their own, so you can't really say you can really teach your children how to do things, but the way you behave and the things that are around you can also influence those children's behaviors.
yeah, so I
I
just
agree. Uh-huh, go ahead.
okay. So absolutely, you are right when you talk about a father that is involved with a lot of stuff. You need to like keep your children a bit away from them. But this is the case. The first thing coming up to find yourself in that relationship, it did not just start by you getting a job.
That's where I wanted to
It's
go.
it's, it's something that you co-shape. It's something that you yourself as a mother saw this person in all of these things, yet you choose to give the person a child. That's one. Two, if there is any reason for which maybe you were together and from nowhere your partner begin to do that, that's a different case as well. But if you choose uh, to go apart, go separate way, I still think the issue of law is important. If the child should not go around this person for XYZ reason, it's completely different thing we're talking about there. But we are speaking, holding all things constant. And maybe there was when you spoke of toxic, I was like uh, thinking about violent, that what
Yeah,
what came to my mind. Violent, I mean, that these are things that,
argument,
yeah,
cussing,
argument, fighting,
fighting, hating
insulting
each other,
people,
breaking things.
just these things that what came to my mind. But when you start talking about it, the crime, that's crime. So when that this person is involved with it, if you cannot report that, then you are right. Yes, your child cannot just be comfortable to be with, but there should be time that the person can come and see his children. That is important. The child will not know whether their father is a drugs dealer or is carrying on certain crime. Whenever a child see the biological father, the feeling is different. These are some of the things. The feeling is different. When people find themselves taking their children away from their father or biological parent, many times the outcome can always be bad. Only few people who are lucky to blessed, like you said, who are blessed, God special intervention can lead their children in a better way. Because the
Yeah,
first thing, if we are taking our African setting, if the child does not see their father, does not see their biological parent, sometimes they turn it bad. And most of those people who are repeatedly out there becoming different sort of people, they come from a kind of a home. So the best thing is, yes, you are right. You cannot expose your children to such a life, but it's good that there be time. Settle your differences and there be time that the child can see their biological parent. That's a parenting aspect for me I speak of. I'm not saying to
Yeah,
give your child to that drugs dealer and take your child. Maybe they go on their hustle and then something happen else.
I
No,
know.
that's not what we say here. We holding all things constant that the relationship, everybody have equal, respect for the rule of law and understand that they are all equally moving. But there was some disagreement that separated them. So on that ground, we saying that don't feel that the child is, the father is supporting, and you refuse to, settle with the child's father, to be able to help parent the child. That's the aspect we're speaking from. But you are right not to expose, your child to such a behavior.
Right. So, I mean, I agree with both of you guys. I'm just speaking from a devil's advocate point because somebody
Sure.
was say, there, that's still my child. Even if I can be a murderer, if I have a child by anybody else with someone, that is still my child. That is not just your child. That is my child. I have rights to them. But my right can be limited if you take it to the legal system where they
Sure.
put that. I feel like it shouldn't be something that one of the parents is deciding on their own.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
You
sure,
know,
sure,
like
sure,
you
sure.
shouldn't decide and say, no, I'm staying with my kids because he's a drugs dealer or he's toxic. Because the reason I asked in the beginning when you said drug dealer, that's toxic. That's why is that toxicity? You know, because it's a buzzword these days and everybody use it. And I feel like, in my understanding, I feel like people just use it just to use it because one, they're toxic themselves as well, like the other person that they're referring to as toxic. To me, an environment where you can't be productive, where it's clouding you, where you always feel harm and things are being destroyed, like you can't have a peace of mind, in my understanding. To
Mm-hmm.
me, where you're just arguing back and forth, there is no, it's not safe. Like you can't really share your opinion without somebody like
Yeah,
abusing you and stuff like that. That's what I call toxic. And to
sure.
me, when that happens, you need to call the police. Like you need to report it and get out of there.
Yeah, so when I talked about toxic, that is
Uh-huh.
involved too. I was just using the drug dealing as an
Oh,
example.
okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
toxicity can be mean a lot of different things. It could
Sure.
include violence. It could include it could include um misunderstandings
Misconduct.
in relationships,
Yeah, misconduct.
misconduct, all those things. I just use
The drugs
the
as
drug as a reason. And the reason why I thought about drugs was because I know a lady that was married to a drug dealer. Didn't know he that what he was doing. He would
mhm.
go to work 9 to 5, but had a side hustle until the feds came and broke into their house and everything. She never knew what her husband does. Those kinds of
That's
situations.
scary.
Yeah, and she knew that her husband had a real good job. He would go to work every day, Monday to Friday, and not only would he do that, he would also, take care of his family and everything. But all those things that he was doing on the side, no one knew until the feds came and even found a couple of it in the house. All I'm trying to say is those kinds of
And she
situations.
didn't know.
He knew, of course. She
No, I
didn't
said
know.
she didn't
She did.
know.
She didn't know, Felicia. I've even dated someone that never used to smoke in my presence until someone told me that this is a smoker, not like drugs or anything, but Men can hide things from their spouses.
Now when
All
you
I'm
live
trying to say,
together,
once you know
please.
these kinds of things, would you be comfortable with your child going over to his house overnight, even though he's not a bad person, overnight, and then that, you know, his friends can come to buy some of the drugs, those kinds of situations. Sorry
No,
about the
I
noise.
agree with you, right? I
Yeah.
agree with you. I don't think I will feel comfortable with that, but I don't want to be the one deciding. I am going to the authorities. That's what I think should happen because it can be your word against the other
Would you
parent.
go
Because
to the
kids,
authority when you know it could put your baby father's um I
yes.
guess life at risk when it comes to like going to jail
Oh,
and the rest?
he should have
So
stopped
so
that.
so this is my side of it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is my side of it. Um yeah, authority, that's the best thing. You can go to authority. No one
Uh-huh.
is above the law. But Hannah is being careful, not as an African, traditional African lady, to see your husband get married in the same, maybe in the same town, and travel here. He became to a drug dealer, and you taking the hotline to go to authority. The entire people back home going to say, "Oh, you know what? It was Hannah who took our son from this community, took our son to law, and now he's in jail completely for his life." So I, I,
That's
I feel,
fine.
I feel where she's coming from.
But
But
your,
I don't mind that.
but no, that's you.
but
But
your
that's you.
children will be without the father. You guys
And
are the ones advocating for the
your
father.
children going to
It's
be
better.
fatherless.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. It's to me, right? It's better he's locked up somewhere where he's in, where somebody I know where you're at, compared to my kids losing someone in 2 days or
Uh,
within 24 hours. That's
so
how
I
I looked at it.
so I agree with you totally. Like you, that's
Yeah.
why I said the legal side. But when you come from the side she's speaking,
Mhm.
the best thing to do, like we said, the best thing to do. Yes, you are right. If there's a common understanding, I don't. If you don't want me to go to authority because you do this thing, go away from the children. Then. If you want to come here,
Right.
if you want to come here, it should be where you come visit. We go together. If we are going on a let's say on a family retreat or family dinner and what have you, we can do that. I cannot stop you from coming here to see your children, but I will not want you to take them away for 2 3 days, and that will not be if you don't want me to get authority on you.
Right.
That's if
That
you
should be
want.
a mutual
Yeah, that should
communication.
that should be a mutual, a communication agreement that both of
Yeah.
you can have. If this guy want to change, he going to change, and he will know that yes, my wife has seen what I'm doing, what I am doing is not good, and this is coming down. It better I stop. That person could likely change. Uh,
Right.
Going to authority is one of the steps, but again, with the kind of a thing we find out, nobody is telling anybody on this media that you find somebody doing wrong thing, don't take that person to authority. No, the right thing you do, you go to authority. That and the legal aspect of it is the best thing to do. Okay, so if your wife or your husband is a drug dealer, the best thing you go to authority is good. But if you want the other side, which of course I don't want us to dwell on it much, to be like maybe we want to hard crown. No, we don't want to hard crown. But if you
Right.
think you can have agreement that you don't want that person around you for because it's XYZ, I mean it left with you guys. But authority is the best solution.
Right. So I'm glad we kind of like talked about that because I'm just thinking like, and I get what Anna's, because we women, we always feel like it's my children, like, because I nurture them, I carry them for 9 months. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm more connected with the kids than even my husband will ever be, because it's a different type of connection that God just put there separately from the father. So I agree. The reason I'm asking you this question because somebody can be watching and say, "Hey, I smoke. It's legal. Lot. I smoke." So you telling me I can't be a parent? I am a drug dealer. I've been drug dealer from the time you were pregnant till you give birth. And I've been, I'm just, and I'm not supporting any any of this on here, but I'm just trying to play this devil's advocate, right? Where someone says, I would never bring my kids around, and you're only doing it just because you want to gain attention. There's still, ideally, I just feel like you can still try to. What if that's their career too? You want them to put their career on hold because
So no, no, no. So this is it.
it's a whole career for
This is
people.
it. I feel this is how I see it. Uh, this this person this
Mhm.
person will have to know that that career or whatever you believe it is not good for the kids. But and I can
Right.
say this. I can say this on a general note. No man
Mhm.
who knows he's doing the wrong thing will ever want his child to do what he's doing.
Right.
I repeat, no human being, unless otherwise, that you know what you're doing is not good. You will
Right.
not want even your family to be a part or your children to be a part.
Yeah.
So somebody getting to the kind of a wrong thing, doing it, knowing that it's wrong, and they're doing it for whatever reason they are doing it, but they will hide it from their children. That is it. But if it come to the point where they yeah, become so rampant, and the child may practically get involved with it, that is the right thing to do. Authority can separate you guys, and when they separate you guys, always have the time. It should not be like you're looking for the means to cut off the dad or the other partner from the children. Women, like you said, will feel that they own the child more than the men because of the proximity you have with your children. So they have that kind of a mentality. But it's good to know that it is because of demand that the child came to being, and it's also
Right.
because of you the child came to being, and so you both have equal right to enjoy the fruit, the gift that you both have from God. So it does not make sense to feel that because you are in a better condition and the person is suffering from certain thing, and you want to deny that person completely of his children. Some people get that way, worried, got that way, so much mad. But when they
And they
see
could do
their,
something to
they,
you.
yeah, they can do a lot of things. There are a lot of things that people can do, and so authority keeping you away from that person is the best thing to do. Yes, but please, you have to give that opportunity that at least once a while a person can be able to have that kind of biological, association. Let's say not really biological, but you can be with your children to have that kind of feeling that you have with them.
I agree.
And
I
so,
agree. Well, I'm glad Anna brought that up because somebody else could be thinking about it.
mhm.
But you guys, like I said, I want us to be here exactly 1 hour. It looks like we've already left that time.
Okay,
Can we give our closing statement?
sure. I think I'll be the first. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks. I think this topic it was very nice to discuss a topic like this. We know it have to do with raising your children. We also know it has to do with how you better work together to get the income, the needed income to take care of your family. So I will close to say it's good that both parent their children by at the same time practicing their God-given career. They can do that with communication. They can do that with a due schedule that will keep both of them working at the same time, parenting their children. It's not always good that only the mother be the person to do that, because there are some mother as well that have some other behavior that
Mm-hmm.
you as a man You will not want your children, your girls' children, to come up like their mother. So both of you is better that you share the kind of relationship when it comes to parenting your children. Again, single parent is good to settle your differences and make sure that the father or the mother have access to their children. If the father is the one that having the children, taking care of the children, the mother is not there, try to create that, let's say, bond that their mother can come and see their children. If the father is at a disadvantage, also the mother should be open up to do that. So thank you so much for this program. We will
Thank
always be
you.
available when topic like this there to discuss. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. Hannah?
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. It makes a whole lot of sense, and I
Yeah.
appreciate all the points you made. My closing statement is that um, it should depend on any. So parents can both raise their children depending on what's more convenient for them and what they think is best for their child. I always say if the wife is the more nurturer, she should be the one to stay home. Of course, if it's in agreement with both of you guys, because again, it would not be it would not be permanently. It's a temporary thing while your child is being raised or at least gets to school age. Can
Right.
you guys stop, please? And then the other thing that I would say is that if it's the man that is the nurturer, the man can stay home, or you guys work out a schedule like Mr. Peterson said, where both of you can still work and still provide that nurturing environment for your children until they grow up. Um, but that would be my take. And it should be a joint decision and not one person imposing on each other.
Sure, sure,
So
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you guys. Thank you so much, Anna. It was great having you on. Yeah, I feel like you guys both already said it all. Definitely agree with everything you guys had to say. I think it should be a joint decision. It shouldn't be always assumed that the mother is the nurturing one because, like Mr. Peterson said, some women have some behaviors and attitude, and sometimes too, some women are not really properly raised, and they're not going to be able to raise the children as possible. And again, it should be a joint decision and it should benefit the family in general, when that decision is being made. Don't make a decision because, no, you don't want my, let me go to work. You stay home because it's the easy way out. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for coming on again. Was a great show. I appreciate you. um, Thank you to our audience for watching, and we hope to see you here next week at the same time.
So
All right, you guys have
bye
a great
bye.
night. All
Thank
right,
you.
bye
Bye bye.
bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys, that is it. We are going to be having a great week, and I appreciate you guys. See you